So be clear of who you want to be, who you want to help, and for what reasons, and why needs to succeed. So, and that can be all your own reasons. Don't have excuses, because excuses is not going to get you through nothing. Excuses will only try to look for another excuse. And there will be no action, excuses give you no strength. It has to be the reasons. And that's what's going to get you through it. That's also going to help you get to the next levels. And when you expand in business, let's say this, you did make some changes, and this time is actually helping your business grow because you're making the changes and others didn't. So therefore your business is growing. Times will still be tough. Every time you learn something new, every time you make a change, it's a new world. And you got to go through all that again. But it won't be the same, it will be different because it's changed. And then in electronics, you can see it very quickly. You buy something, 6 months later, it's out of date. Yeah, you can put some updates to it or whatever it may be. And in 3 years, the device doesn't even work anymore. And now you don't even have chargers for it anymore or whatever it may be, and things like that. So technology shows the changes, and you make something new, let's say in technology, make something new, and at first it doesn't work perfectly. Yeah, it does stuff what other things don't do, and then there's some kinks in it. So, it freezes at times, or it does this or that, and then they have to keep improving it. Once they have it perfect, then it's nearly out of date, and something else has come along, what has replaced it, what does more than what you have perfected here. So, and that's the same with business and levels of your life and different things, that if you don't want to get out of date and obsolete and things like that, where you want to stay strong, then you have to constantly make those changes. And you can go with the changes, or you can be the one making the changes. And if you're the one making the changes, yes, you're at the highest risk, you're doing the most of the work and things like that. And then also, with all the things, what's not working, you have to make it to work, that it does work, all those things. You're the ones who's the first one to do it, so it'll be, most of that will be on your shoulders. But you will be ahead of everybody. And that's how it just is. If you're willing to take all the risks, then you'll be ahead of everybody. Those who are not willing to take the risk and let you take the risk, it's just another Me Too company, or making a change with, well, a little bit let's say you make the change, a few months later the other one's starting to make the change as you're succeeding. And he's only making the changes on the successes you made. He will be a few steps behind. He won't have all the difficulties that you will have, but you will be up ahead. So decide where you want to be and go with that. If you don't like, I don't know which is more, but if you're too far into your comfort zone, or you're not willing to make any changes, then as time goes on, the further you fall, further distance you fall back, it just sinks you into hard times. The hard times you have to be up front, to be the first up ahead, the one who is making the changes, those are different hard times. And when you can do that with your momentum, achieving all these things and going through all these hard times, that will be different than the hard times of staying behind. So I say the hard times up front are easily worth it, and also the successes. Then the hard times stay behind. If you stay behind, you'll feel helpless and all kinds of negative stuff. And especially if you're not willing to even acknowledge it, and you're not willing to make a change or even try to learn and build a skill and things like that, to go with the ones who are at the very last. So let's say at the very first step, if you're not willing to go there and you're already a distance behind in a hole, that to climb out of there to get to the first step, there's no momentum there. Who's even helping you there? If you're at the very top making all these changes, achieving a bunch of things and having the momentum, there'll be people there to help you. Staying behind, there might be many who stay behind. I don't know if they're helping each other or not. I don't know that. Then it might be, every man for himself. Who knows what those rules are? I don't know. But to be at the very first, very top, or even at the three-quarter way, even halfway, quarter, will be great. You can ride on somebody else's momentum. If you're not the first one, okay, maybe you're not going through the hard times, you will still find some difficult. And as long as you're able to reach out to those who are a level or a few levels higher than you, they can let you know what to do to get through the obstacles so that you can keep going, to continue going with the momentum.